Okay, so I'm so pumped that you guys are all here, and we have such a special guest tonight. I have asked Miss Jennifer to join us. Jen and I are in, well, I guess we were in a success pod together through our Premier and Elite Push group. And she is she's like our people, guys. She and I have bonded over autoimmune junk, and she's just a really real and authentic person that just shines so brightly. And I have learned so much from her, and I'm really excited for her to chat with you guys tonight. So I'm just gonna give it to you, Jen. You can go for it. I asked her to share just a little bit about herself, and then she's gonna chat with you guys about some mindset stuff. So,
Well,
Jennifer.
first of all, you're gonna make me cry. But yes, we had a short little time together in a success pod, but we're shaking things up this month. But it was a great time getting to know each other, and I feel the same way. I feel like you find one of the great things about this business is that you get to pick who you work with, and I think Haley and I definitely connected a lot through our first success pod. So I'm really excited to be here and to share with you guys a little bit about me and my story and mindset. Also, if you have questions as I'm talking, just like put them in the chat and I will be sure to answer them. So first, a little bit about me. I'm 23 years old, almost married for a year, which is crazy to think now. Our 1-year anniversary is in November. I'm a dog mom and I love every second of it. So I graduated college in 2018. Well, we'll go back a little bit farther than that. 2016, I was sitting on the beach in my t-shirt and shorts. I was like, I don't think I'm going to take this stuff off. I'm not feeling very comfortable. My sister is like skinny as a twig, looks really great in her bathing suit, and just not feeling it. So instead, I sat on my phone and I was under the tent, and I came across the post from my now upline coach that was inviting to a challenge group, and I decided to join. I was a broke college student, but I told myself I would buy the $140 challenge pack at the time for 21 Day Fix with the DVDs, and I would figure it out and never buy Shakeology again. And then I got in a challenge group and it changed my life, y'all. I have lost 60 pounds. But more than that, like that's not even like what I care about anymore. It's just, I'm a happier person. I'm a better now wife. I'm a better daughter. I'm a better sister because I just am mentally in the right place. And I'm just so thankful for everything Beachbody has brought into my life. A month after when your Shakeology is about to enroll again, and I went to cancel, and I went, I don't think I want to cancel this. I feel really good. I have juvenile arthritis and my inflammation personally. I will not make a blanket statement for anybody with inflammation, but my inflammation was really helped by my Shakeology. So I stayed on it and I got that discount. Sorry, my phone is literally ringing. Decline. Goodbye. So I stayed on my Shakeology and I was a discount coach for a long time. I was one of those discount coaches that my upline was probably like shaking me. Like, you're posting everything, but you're not doing the things. And I told myself, I was like, no, I'm doing the things. I'm posting. But I wasn't doing anything, y'all. I was not doing anything. So I made money here and there. It was great. I went Emerald pretty quickly because it's just what I was told to do. It was go Emerald, Jennifer. And I was like, okay. Sign up my boyfriend, now husband. I don't really know why he let me do that. And then just another discount coach who was a challenger under me. And then I stayed there. I think I went Emerald in February of 2017. And I literally did not go diamond until July of this past year. So think about that one for a minute. Craziness. But it's because my mind wasn't in the right place. My mindset was not there. I did not have the mindset of a working coach, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I am not afraid to admit to you that I was not doing the things. So we'll fast forward a little bit. I've lost all this weight. I've done every program I can do. That's a lie. I did 21 Day Fix like a billion times. Well, don't tell me you don't have that program that you want to do over and over and over again, right? That's totally 21 Day Fix for me. And then when a challenger tells me it's not their jam, I'm like, but I don't understand. But anyway, so I did 21 Day Fix like a billion times. Fast forward to May 2018. I'm graduating college. And I have kind of made it to where my paycheck is like $50 every week, $60. I'm like, I'm happy with that. Like, that's supplemental income. That's paying for my Shakeology. And I was perfectly content in that mindset of, I'm just a hobby coach. And that's just what I was. And I was going to be a solid emerald for my upline, and perfectly fine by me. I got what I thought was my dream job out of college. I mean, you could not have written a better job for Jennifer Chalker. It was nonprofit, doing PR and communications for the Charlotte Symphony. I live in North Carolina. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Music is like my jam, my soul. Talking to people, if you can't tell already by my bubbly personality on this call, is my jam. So I was really excited. And then it wasn't my dream job anymore. I cried every day on the way to, okay, I say every day. I only had this job for 2 months. We'll start with that. I cried every day on the way to work, on the way home. My commute was like an hour and a half. Without sounding conceited, I was really good at my job, and people were fighting over me. No one knew what I was supposed to be doing, and it was just a disaster. It was just a straight up disaster. And I finally came to my fiance at that point, and I said, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, just wait it out. It's only been a month. Like, let's just see if this period ends at some point. And then a month later, I looked at him and I said, I'm turning in a letter of resignation tomorrow. We need to figure something out. Turned in a letter of resignation. My last day at my nonprofit job was November 7th. I got married November 10th and came back from my honeymoon with no job and no plan as to what I was going to do. So my then husband looked at me and said, so what now? I said, it's a great question, because I'm really liking this no boss thing where I don't have to go to work. And he's like, yeah, that's not going to cut it. We need the money. So at this point, like I said, I was making $50, $60 a week. And I looked at him and I said, I want to be a full-time Beachbody coach. And I swear to God, if his eyes could fall out of his head, they would have. He was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're making $50 a week, Jennifer. So this is where the mindset shift happens, friends. And I'm telling you, I didn't believe people. You're probably sitting here right now and you're not going to believe a word of what I'm about to tell you until you start doing the things. And then you're gonna be like, oh, that Jennifer girl, she knew something. There was something that she said and she wasn't lying to me. Everything in this business is truly a decision. I know that sounds so stupid, but it really is. Everything is a decision. Emerald is a decision. You're going to decide or not decide to get up an hour earlier, to do the things to get you to where you want to be. You're going to decide or not decide to go to bed an hour later to get you to where you want to be. And it wasn't until I truly understood that my business started to boom. So January of this year, they released the Success Club, the new Success Club tracker, the BAT. I hope you all use it. If you don't, you should. That transformed my life and my business. It was a conclusive, I think that's the right word, conclusive way for me to know what I was and was not doing in my business. And I made the decision to not go to sleep at night until that business activity tracker was completed. I have not missed a month of Success Club since starting that tracker. I've multiplied my Success Club numbers since starting that tracker. So 10 out of 10 recommend using the tracker. And if you want to 10 times your goals, 10 times the tracker. Do 10 times the amount. If you haven't read the 10X rule by Grant Cardone, that's where that's coming from. Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Both very good mindset business building books. Now, I will say they are also both very intense books. So if you are not an intense person, 0 out of 10 do not recommend reading those books. But if you are truly ready for the mind shift change, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. They're good books. They're good books to read. So yeah, and in January I said, well, I'm going to figure it out. And he never really like talks off, because I'm sure he's listening to what I'm saying. But he never really gave me a time period of like, you have to be making this much by this date, which I think was helpful for me because I don't do well with metrics like that. I think the important thing when you're trying to build your business is find what motivates you. Do numbers motivate you? The number of lives that you're changing motivate you? Does the paycheck motivate you? Figure out what that motivating factor is for you, because it's so different for everyone else or for everyone. And I think that that's what held me back, is my motivating factor is not the same as my upline coach. And that's what she used to try to motivate me. So like every person's different. And so just figure out what motivates you. And for me, what motivated me was knowing I was changing lives. That's why I wanted to go to nonprofit work. Like I wanted to change lives every day. So when I stopped thinking about Success Club, which we all get into that, and trust me, when I'm sitting at 4 on the 30th of the month, I'm thinking about Success Club. So I've been there, I know that. But I'm just saying, when I stop thinking about that and I start thinking about, I want to help 5 people start this business and change their lives with income, or I want to help 3 people change their life and lose 10 pounds or become more body positive or whatever. Like that's where I shine as a coach. So if that's you, that's great. If Success Club really motivates you, that's great. But that's really what my mindset shift was. It was find what motivates me and make the decision to do the damn thing. Like do the things that you know you have to do. I'm sure Haley tells you, I think Haley's upline is Rachel. I'm sure you hear it from Rachel all the time too. Like, it's a decision. Like doing the things is a decision. When I went diamond, straight up, I'm going to tell you my diamond story. I had every coach I needed. I had my coaches and then some. I had 8 and 8, and I could not get emeralds for the life of me because I wasn't building business builders. So in January, my mindset shifted to, okay, I'm going to build this business, but I still wasn't building business builders. I was just putting more work into finding the challengers. So then by July, I'm like, I don't understand. I've been working so hard. Why am I not diamond? I have all of these coaches. So in June, I guess, whatever the date was for qualification for Summit, I said, screw this. I'm going diamond. And I made my mom emerald, and I made my husband emerald, and that's what it was. That's what got me to diamond. And I'm not afraid to admit it to you, because honestly, we should be proud of our hard work, and that's hard work. And like I'm diamond by design, but it's okay. It's okay, because now I'm not, because me going diamond for Summit lit that fire under me to say, I don't want to hold these emeralds. I don't want to be responsible for holding an emerald on my husband, an emerald on my mom, and my diamond. Like that's no fun. And since then I have replaced my emeralds, and I don't have to, well, I keep my husband's account emerald because now I'm trying to build him to diamond for 1 star, but we can talk about that later. But anyway, so I have the emeralds now. So in July, there's another mindset shift to finding business builders. See what I'm saying? Like I know I don't want this to be intimidating, but I want you guys to know that I was exactly where you're sitting if you're sitting there. If you're a business builder or full out girlfriend, you go for it. And that's amazing. But if you're not, I totally understand where you're sitting right now, because that was me. And I didn't see the potential because I didn't have a supportive upline. I mean, you have an amazing upline coach, and that's phenomenal. But for me, I needed someone to be there for me and to tell me, this is the potential of this business. And I didn't have that. So it took me so long, because I had to come to that mindset shift on my own. And if there's anything that me and Haley want for you guys and for my coaches, it's to have success faster than we did. Like I want my coaches to go emerald and diamond. My coaches should be diamond within a year. No question about it. Like that can be done within 6 months to a year if you want the business. And that's all we want. So I hope that what I'm saying makes sense and the story makes sense. And I hope that the mindset words make sense. But I don't want you guys to be intimidated, because it really is a decision. And if you're confused by diamond or by 1 star diamond and all of that, I'm sure Haley would be more than happy to tell you what it takes to get there if you don't already know. But I just really wanted you to know it is a decision. If you I hate the phrase fake it until you make it, because that's not true. The last thing I want to encourage people to do is be fake. If there's one thing I pride myself on, it's what you see is what you get. I am the same person through Zoom that I am when you meet me at Summit, but I mean it in a way of like, do the things that top coaches do until you're the top coach. You know what I'm saying? So like, get yourself to those goals, because you're going to hit diamond and you're going to go, ooh, this feels nice. Ooh, that team cycle feels nice. Oh, now I've added a business builder. That team cycle feels even better. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to get to those goals to make you kind of want to keep going. The small wins still count, guys. The free trial, the Shake subscription, the performance subscription, those count. Those are lives that are being changed. And I think sometimes we forget that. I don't know how you guys operate your challenge group, but in my challenge group, anybody who's anybody is in my challenge group. If you are in my back office, you are in my challenge group. Because the way I view this is that if you are on a free trial and you're in my challenge group, you see 2 weeks of what the full picture does for you. Now, once the free trial is over, if you don't sign up, goodbye. Bye, Felicia. No, thank you. But like, that's my view. And I know everybody's view is different, but I just always like to throw that out there because I know that people do things differently. And that I have found a lot of success in. I found a lot of success in 3-month bod conversions because people try it for 3 months. They see the value, and then they're more than willing to sign up with a challenge pack. So I think it's just my mindset changed from Success Club to just help the person. Just help the person, and the Success Club numbers will come. My most successful coach right now, my coach that is running with me to the end of the year that's going to get my team to 2-star, was a 3-month bod conversion who signed up to coach on her own, paid the $40, literally on her own, didn't know. She just showed up in my back office, and she's my most successful coach now. So, like, don't count anybody out, because I was just on I told you our success pods got switched up. And I was just on a call, and this girl was like, I was a free lead. My coach just got me as a coach, and had she not reached out to me, maybe I wouldn't coach. It's another thing. Just reach out. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm just saying, think about the person. Like in any situation, the person is in the front of your mind. And I think that's the most important. Haley, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place and I'm rambling. I just get so fired up, and I love doing stuff like this because I've been there, and I just wish I had someone who came on my team call and was like, listen, here's how it is. Because, you know, Haley's like your mom, right, in this situation. And we all know growing up, like, when our mom told us something 6 times, we never listened. But the minute my mom's best friend came over and said, hey, Jennifer, listen, we really need to talk about this, then you listen. So I waited for the day in my business where I could have the opportunity to be that person. So I'm very excited to be here.
Like a cool aunt.
Yeah. Do you guys have questions? Sorry, I literally just talked at you for 20 minutes.
That was wonderful.
I hope that was helpful.
I wrote down so many things that I loved that you said. I mean, I think the biggest thing, and this is our team's mantra as well, is just thinking about the person in everything. Not thinking about Success Club numbers, not thinking about even income or rank, but thinking about, what does this business actually exist for? Why are we even here in the first place? There are so many different ways that you can make money on this earth. Like,
yeah,
the reason that you're in this is because you want to help people, and keeping that at the forefront, because it's really easy to lose sight of that, honestly, when you're really in the trenches and you're pushing for a rank goal, or you're pushing for Success Club at the end of the month. I know today, I'm very, very proud of all of you, by the way, for being on a team call on the last night of the month. I know that, you know, sitting down and grinding out follow-ups is probably something you'd rather be doing anyway, but this shows me that you are committed to, you know, doing this the right way. So thank you for saying that. And then just how everything is a decision, because it's totally true. I think about me, like, currently building, Tim and I are building his account, and I could have done this a year ago. Like, there's no reason why I couldn't have done this a year ago, but I didn't, because I hadn't decided at that point to do it. And so that's so, so very true. And I know that, you know, you guys have felt that as well. You guys know when you're doing the business activities and when you're not, and you see the direct correlation between those income producing activities and your success in this business. So that's always such a really, really good reminder. I also loved just your perspective on the small wins counting as well. That's something that has shifted a little bit in our kind of bigger team as well. Just like it used to be so Success Club number oriented, like Success Club leaderboard every week, and who's got the most points and all of that. And now we're shifting a little bit to start with something and get people in the door. And I just had the same exact experience you did, where somebody did a free trial 3-month bod subscription, and then they just bought a challenge pack, and so crazy, she fully wanted to be a discount coach, like no interest in coaching. And then literally last night, I get this message from a different Instagram account, and she was like, hey, by the way, this is Michaela. I just made a new account for my fitness journey and I'm going to start posting. And I'm like, well, okay then.
Right. And I was just saying, to Haley, that's the other thing. As you guys start building toward these goals, you never know what someone is going to do with this business. Yep. You never know when that discount coach is going to turn into a full-time working coach. I think I was just telling you this, Haley. I can't remember. I've been on too many calls tonight. I had a discount coach that I put under my husband who was like, nah, I think I'm going to do this. So now my husband just has an emerald sitting under him, which is great. Now that I'm trying to build his account to diamond, or that him and I are both trying to build his account to diamond. But like when that happened, y'all, I wasn't even diamond yet. And I was like, are you freaking joking me right now? So like, just that's going to happen. That's going to happen to you. And it's going to be frustrating, or you're going to have 2 diamonds on the same leg. And that's going to mean you're only 1-star diamond, not 2-star. Things like that are going to happen, and they are frustrating. But I think something that we did on our team call like 2 weeks ago, I had one of my newest coaches talk, and it was literally the best decision I've ever made. She talked about short-term work for a long-term mindset. And it was like, whew, like I needed that so bad. It was like, yes, those things are frustrating. Those things are going to happen. But like, we're all thinking long-term, right? Like this is something that we're trying to grow, and we're trying to grow to be a long-term thing for us. So like appreciate that. Because I didn't appreciate it. When that girl went emerald, I was so proud of her. I shouted her out up and down. I did not let it discourage me. But on the inside, I was pissed. I was not happy. And I let it steal a little bit of the joy away from this business. And the last thing that you want to do in this business is let your joy get taken away from you, because it's happened to me. Haley, I'm sure it happened to you when you had built up and fell down from where you built up to. It happens. But the last thing you want to do is lose your joy, because it doesn't make it fun anymore. Why would you do this business if it wasn't fun? So again, tangent, shocker, Jennifer. But just don't make decisions for people, because you never know. You never know what they're going to do. And you know what? If they surprise you, they surprise you. And think team volume. That's what matters.
Exactly.
Volume. Helps that team cycle bonus.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that, that can be extrapolated out to so many different areas too, is not making decisions for other people. That's the same with inviting. Don't be afraid to invite somebody because you think they're going to say no. If that's the case, you've already said no for them. Give them a chance to respond to you. I think we get in our heads so often of like, oh, I know what this person's going to say, or I know what this person's going to do even. And you never ever know. So that's such a good reminder. I love that short-term work for a long-term mindset.
She came up with that on her own too. She texted me. She's like, what do you think about this? And I was like, yes, definitely that. Definitely that. So that's another one. She surprised me. She texted me and asked for a leadership role within our team. So if any of you guys are sitting there and you're like, I want to step up, message Haley. I'm sure there is plenty of things that need to be done within your team that will allow you to step up. Yeah. And that's something that was right. And that was hard for me. Like as a leader, I didn't want to let go of things. Like I didn't want to let go of team calls. Like I wanted my face to be the one. But you know what? Like that's just part of being a leader and growing a team, is having people who want to do those things with you and run with you. Yeah. So like, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and ask Haley for a role within the team, whether that's posting something in your team page or getting on a team call if you have something that you feel very confident that you could help people understand, or whatever it is. Like, that's all we want as leaders, is for you to be leaders. So don't be afraid to do that too, because I feel like that will also help you push your business when you got some skin in the game, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So good. Yeah. Well, guys, do y'all have any questions for Jennifer or comments?
I guess I have a question. How did you, from making that shift from like only inviting to challenge groups and getting challengers, how did you make that shift into, you know, inviting more for the business opportunity?
Yeah, so I think first and foremost is you have to be talking about that ish on your Instagram feed and your stories. Because the truth of the matter is, if you are not talking about the business opportunity and then you invite someone to the business opportunity, they're going to be like, this is sketch. What is she even inviting me to? I have no idea what does she do? She works out, but what does that mean? So I think first and foremost, you need to have a solid month where you are posting about the business opportunity, where people understand that what you do helps people, but that you also make money, right? Like, I'm not saying go on there and say, yo, my paycheck was $200. No, don't do that. But like, talk about, like, I got on my stories the other day and was like, you guys, I went to the grocery store and I was so busy talking with the woman who was ringing me up that I almost forgot to pay. First of all, you can laugh at me. I almost walked away without paying for my groceries. But then I realized I hadn't paid, and I just stuck my card in and paid and didn't have to ask what the total was. I used to have to split my groceries up between 2 credit cards or pay some in cash and some in card. So, you know, little things like that. People relate to that. People relate to the little. So anyway, that's step one. Talk about those things. Talk about what coaching has done for you. If you're not talking about the fact that you're a coach, like, people are going to be very turned off by your invite. Mm-hmm. Then what I did was I made a list, and this is actually something I did within the last 2 months. I made a list of 200 people that followed me, liked my posts, watched my Instagram stories that I knew from back home on Facebook, right? And I said, these are the people that have potential, that I see inherently right now have something special about them. And I'm going to invite them to join my team. And then this is where it gets different. People do these things differently. I know if you guys were on the Dynasty, I don't know if anybody of you are in the Dynasty Elite group, I'm not sure. But we had a call the other day where someone on my team spoke about this, and this is what I do too. I sent them a message. I'll read it to you. Hold on. And I'll send it to Haley too, in case she would like it for your team page. Hey, blank. I always use their name. People don't like those hey girl messages, because, you know, you get those people like the freaking hair people who are like, hey girl, will you take my hair quiz? People don't like that. I don't know. At least I don't like that. I get about 10 of those every week. I'm like, no, my hair is perfect. Thank you. Goodbye. Even though it's not. Hey, blank. I hope I'm catching you at a good time. I curse, just to clarify. Sorry. That's just who I am. You are one of the most badass, consistent, and energetic people that I've ever connected with on social media. And I just love your vibe. When I think about the type of person I want to work with every single day, you keep coming to my mind. If I send you a link to a quick YouTube video, would you watch it? Okay. So what I talk about in my video is I basically say, hey, if you're getting this message, it's completely on purpose. I hand selected you. I see something special in you that I think would make you a really good fit for my team. Then I explain my story, who I am, what my team is, and my vision for my team. Something I always make sure to say is that I am building a 6-figure income. Okay. I'm not lying. While I don't have a 6-figure income right now, I'm building a 6-figure income, right? Because I want people to understand the potential of this business, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not a liar. I'm not going to tell you that I make 6 figures right now, because I don't, right? So, but I always make sure that they understand the potential of where I see my team going and where they could potentially bring their team to. And at the end, I just say, I really hope something in this video resonated with you, that you see the potential in this and that you see that you are my people. And I'd love to talk with you about this. And from there, I do a one-on-one Zoom call. It's kind of like a little mini, not an interview. I hate that word. I don't like that. It's not an interview because honestly, I'm going to accept anyone who wants to be on my team, right? Like, I'm not a top 10 coach. I don't have that luxury, right? But like, it's almost like a get to know you session where like I get to know them, their goals, and then we figure out what kind of coach they're going to be. And then after we get off, I send them info about the packages that are offered that I think are going to fit not only their business goals, but their physical, mental, emotional goals, their journey. And then we go from there. But I always, when I'm talking to potential coaches, I talk about it as a business investment. Because yes, it's a challenge pack. Yes, you're investing in you, but it's your business investment. You're investing $160 to start a business that you could build to 6 figures. And I think that really helps people think about that original 160. Yeah. But another thing I'll say, my team name, what is your team name, Haley? Do you have a team name?
Yeah, Team Passion and Purpose.
Okay, first of all, I love that. Second, my team name is the Choose You Crew. So my team mission is ultimately you're choosing yourself first. Because if you're not choosing yourself, this business does not work. This business does not work if you are not doing the things and you do not choose yourself. So I always remind people of that too. And like, if you're not choosing you, if you're not using the products, you're not helping you. So how in the world, I always think of RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't know if anybody watches that, but it's like, if you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So that's my coach advice process. That was a really long-winded answer for what you asked.
So good though. Yeah. When you are hopping on a one-on-one call with your prospects, is that basically if they've just watched the video, it's before they've said yes, right? Like it's before they're like, I want to coach, or when?
Yeah, so I get varying answers to my video. Some of it is like, I'm in, what do I have to do? I will still get them on a Zoom call. And it's very like, so excited you're in. I really just want you to see me face to face, see that I am who I was in that video, that I am cheery, bubbly Jennifer. So excited. Do you have any questions? Okay, no, I'm going to send you an email. I still get on that one-on-one call with them. That's just my personal decision. Not everyone is like that. Some people don't have the time for that. They're much more like, great, you're in. Here's the packages. Sign up. That's just not me. Most of the time, the answer is, this sounds very interesting. I want to learn more. And that's when you get on the call. I've had maybe 2 people that respond and say, yes, I want to do it. And to be honest, neither of those 2 people have signed up because like they just didn't want to when it got down to the nitty gritty of what everything means. It's, for me, I connect more to the person that's inquisitive and wants to learn more. That it's kind of like, this is interesting, but tell me more, because that's how I am. I'm very like, so I get what you're saying, but like, why? And so like, that's the kind of person I connect with. And I think that that's why the majority of the people that sign up are those people that I get on those one-on-one calls with. And they ask me a lot of questions and I answer those questions. So that's more what my Zoom call looks like. It's more like I tell them to bring every question they thought of when they watch that video. And we more go through, I ask them about them. I ask about their health and fitness goals, because ultimately that's what we do. I ask them if they have any experience with health and fitness. Most of the time they don't, because if you relate to me and you relate to my story, you probably have a good amount of weight to lose or like some body positivity, self-hatred issues, because that's just my story. So most of the time they're like, no, I have no experience. It's that bad. And that's where I get to go, no, that is the most perfect thing that you could bring to this business is no experience at all. And I love having that conversation because you see people get so excited that they get to lose weight and they get to help themselves, but then they also like get to share that with people. That's where my joy in this business comes from, for sure, is helping that person. Because that was me. I help everybody, but that specific type of person is where I find my real joy in the business, for sure.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love. I do have the that message
Okay.
that you send people. Well, I have Morgan's message, but
Okay.
I think yours just because it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Morgan and I are two Morgan, who she's talking about, is like a sister coach of mine. We have the same upline. And we have two very different approaches to the business. She is very business oriented, and I am very not. I am, obviously, I'm building the business, but I'm very good at the challenger conversion to coach, and she's very like start as a coach, start as a challenger all at the same time. So I think our messages do have a little bit of a different vibe, because mine is they're just different. No, neither is bad, but just different vibes.
So we'll get both of those, and then I also have the kind of outline-ish for the video. So
yeah, because Morgan and I did it together. We built that out together.
Right.
So yeah.
One thing that was neat on that call was someone asked if Morgan would share her video with the group, and she basically said no. And it was like, you are not me. I am not you. I don't want you to watch my video and think that you have to make the same thing, because it's not your voice, it's my voice. So I just really love that. So I have a little outline just with like the basics of like what to talk about. But I'm going to be making my video and totally going to be doing this. So I think that that's a really, really great way, Rachel, just from your question of how to recruit business builders, how to recruit coaches directly instead of just conversions, which both are great. But I know that that's something that you guys, myself included, this team, we struggle with is inviting to the business first. So I think that's going to be
hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's a really hard thing to do. It's something I struggle with a lot. But what has made me so confident is that I talk about that all the time in my stories now. And I talk about it in my posts. I make sure I have at least one post a week that's talking about something that the business opportunity has done for me. And I feel that when I'm sharing that, I don't feel as icky inviting, because people know what I'm here for. If you follow me, you know what I am putting myself out there for. There is no question about it. So if you continue to follow me, you're going to get an invite, and you know that. Like, that's just something you know when you follow me. That's not to say that I scream Beachbody Coach, because I don't. If you look at my Instagram does not one of those ones where you go on there and you're like, "Ooh, that girl's a Beachbody Coach." It's not like that. I don't have like women's health motivator in my, and that's how some people do that. It's just not my thing. So while I don't scream Beachbody Coach, you know that what I do is I'm there to help people. So like, I just think the more you talk about it, Rachel, the more comfortable you will feel sending the invite out. Because now I'm at the point now where it's like send. And I did not used to be. I'm going to tell you, I did not. I was that girl that was scared. So I think it's just practice.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid. But I'm the same as Morgan. I don't send my video to anybody, because my video, when I send it to my business partner, and she looked at me and she goes, "That's the most you thing I have ever seen." I was like, good. That's what I want. I want people to know who I am. And in there, I say all this stuff about my team mission and choose you. And like, the last thing I want is somebody, same thing. The last thing I want is somebody to be like, I want to make a video that's just like Jennifer's because it's so good. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what I mean? Like, my bet, even if Haley makes hers and shares it with you guys, which I did that. I shared mine with my downline, because ultimately that's my downline. That's my job, is to help you. Right. But I told them, under no circumstances are you to watch this video until you have made your own video. And I really encourage you to like take that to heart, because you need to have your own voice. But I appreciate wanting to watch other people's video to make sure you covered all the topics. But please, for the love of God, do not do that until you've made your own video. I genuinely mean that with every fiber of my being.
That's a really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And like I said, I wanted to share it with my downline, my personally sponsored coaches, because they know me best. So like, and they relate to what I put out there. So I wanted them to have it as a resource, but I made that very clear to them when I shared it. Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Anybody else have questions before we let poor Jennifer on the East Coast go to bed?
No. 5 a.m. club is not happening tomorrow morning. I texted my girls and I was like, sorry, be on Wednesday. Like, it's not happening tomorrow. I drank some Energize. So I'm good.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate you all letting me come on here and talk at you for a little while, but I hope it was helpful. And I'm an open book. So if you all ever need anything, my name on Instagram is jennifer.chalker.fit. Not hard to find me. If you ever have a question, you have an amazing coach, so you can always ask her. But if you ever want anything or need anything from me, I am here. And I'm not one of those coaches that's like, don't message me. That's not me. Send me a message.
No, that's not her.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I am here for whatever you all need. I feel like Haley and I are like sisters now. So I feel like we're in it together.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much. This was so awesome. I feel so just blessed and privileged that you took the time to do this and stayed up late for us. You're the best.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope it was
normally don't advise you to go follow other coaches, but maybe follow Jen for a little bit. She's doing some good stuff,
or don't and just ask me questions. I'm fine with that too. Whatever you want to do, pop in and look every once in a while. I do that. I don't follow top coaches either. I'm with Haley on that. See, we haven't even talked about that. We're one and the same with that too. I definitely don't recommend it, but I'm always there. I just want you to know that I'm a resource for you too. But whatever you want to do, ghost follow me. Look me up every once in a while. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much. And go crush those fourth quarter goals.
Yes.
And crush it.
Okay, can we take a little Boomy? Chrissy hopped off, but we'll tag her anyway. All right. Jen, we have a joke in our team that we only take bobblehead boomerangs.
I'm in. Don't say no more.
But we always end up doing this.
I remember when we tried to get Lisa on our success pod to do that. We were like, just move your head.
Start now. We'll tell you when it's done.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so we're going to bobblehead Boomy. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to implement this on my team calls. I'm obsessed.
I love it.
Wait, Haley, when you speak on my team call on Wednesday, I'm going to need you to do that.
Okay, I'll talk about the bobblehead.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.